Wellness. I'm your host, Coach Monica. I'm joined today by Coach Darcy, and we are here to guide you through the ins and outs of a lifestyle that's transformed not just our lives, but the lives of countless women navigating the waves of perimenopause and menopause. Whether you're here to shed weight, understand your body better, or simply find a community that gets it, you're in the right place. So sit back and enjoy the next few minutes as we tackle the hot issues of today. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm cold.
How are you?
I am freezing. I'm jealous of the snowbirds. They snowboard. They know what to do.
They
They
do.
know when the birds fly that they go to Florida, and we're not jealous at all. But I am.
Yeah, I'm okay. I like this weather a little bit.
I like this weather. I like this season, but I know what's ahead, and my dread factor comes in and says, Monica, you know what is coming.
Yeah.
And you and I have a really important need come January 2nd.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have to get in the car and drive.
Yes.
And there's nothing that's going to stop us. There's no snow that's going to stop us from driving to New Orleans. New Orleans. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Orleans, get it right.
Oh, you know what? When I was coaching, I coached for a doctor in New Orleans, and I didn't know the lingo at the time. And those people get offended. If you say New Orleans, you don't do that. It's New Orleans. That's where we're driving.
If we do that.
Hey, how many days do we have until we skip out of this joint?
I'm thinking it's in the 60s.
You know, we're not that we're counting.
No.
But I am.
I think it's months.
I'm totally counting. I just had to put my phone on do not disturb. Everybody needs me at 11 o'clock on Tuesday mornings.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while, though. We have been chatting live for a while, so they should know.
We have. We need to celebrate that someday.
Yeah.
So how are you, Coach?
I'm doing great. We're getting back out of the birthday season. We still have to have one birthday party for the 13-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's weird to say.
Wow.
But, we're coming down off the high of birthday season. Now we're going into where everybody else is on this high of Christmas already. Like, can we just not be thankful and have Thanksgiving? Like, that's kind of my in-betweener.
There's a rule at our house that the tree does not go up till the day after.
Yeah.
This year, I don't know. We may break it because, we're leaving. We're going to have a kind of a shortened Christmas, even though it's not shortened.
I was like, no, it's not.
Because the other rule that I have in this house is that the tree comes down the day after Christmas. So
it does? You do that?
Mm-hmm.
Ew. No,
well, we get a real tree.
Oh, okay.
By then, I am done sweeping up after the trees.
Yeah.
I'm so done. Hey, if you are in the audience, hello and welcome. We're so glad you're here. You're our faithful listeners. We're so glad you're here. If you're listening on the podcast, we are so thankful that you're here. Did you know we had a podcast?
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, we do. It's called Beyond the Scale, Weight Loss and Wellness. Yeah. And we're pretty much weekly. I think we've skipped a couple throughout the summer, but we're pretty much a weekly broadcast. So if you're listening to us on that, would you mind giving us a review? And if it's nice, we like nice reviews. We'll post you if you're not, because, that is what it is. Yeah. We're not everybody's cup of tea, Coach. Can you believe it?
I mean, yeah.
And we're not sorry about it. We're not sorry about it at all. We have our listeners, and we're not everybody's cup of tea.
We are what we are, and
you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. In my daycare days.
And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. Nobody's making you.
No, it's called. It's not scrolling, but it's called.
Not swiping either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, like we have good information though. I was pondering and thinking about that question that you asked me when I first started coaching, and you're like, "What are you passionate about?"
Right.
And that one was really hard when I first started, but the more and more I do this,
Mm-hmm.
the more and more I understand what our mission is, why we do what we do. We have to kind of, like my husband says, we kind of have to separate our passion with a business, but not really. We don't. We don't do it. So which makes it challenging. But I am just passionate to see the excitement of people rediscovering themselves,
Yes.
digging deeper and knowing that, hey, I don't have to get just a humdrum response from my doctor saying that I'm not doing great and this is how I can improve, and not like pat me on the back for the good things I have been doing.
Right.
But they can take ownership of
Yeah.
what they do and what they believe,
Yeah.
and base it not off of influencers out there, but in basing it off of what they're actually feeling. So that's why I am passionate about what I do.
Yeah.
And I get to care for people. I get to love on people and
Yeah.
help them out. So
There's no better job in my book. There's no better job. I
no,
am literally not employable anymore
I know. Mark
because
tried to employ me at other places, but I'm like, I don't want. I like
I
what
know.
I do.
I know. Yeah. And there's a reason why I don't require my coaches to get a degree in in
Nutrition.
the nutrition. What is that? The
Uh,
thing that they say you have to have, like I don't want my coaches being trained by pharma. I don't want my coaches being trained by the sad diet
no.
because it's false. It's fake news.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it live before our very eyes with this new program that we have. We're seeing the damage that the sad standard American diet is causing. And thank goodness for RFK. And thank goodness we're asking questions now.
Yeah.
The most powerful thing that you can do is ask questions. Why did this do that? We're going to show you some data today on what happens when you take your health back into your own hands. The standard American doctor's visit includes the agenda of, come in. Oh, you're overweight. Oh, here's a shot. And there's no answers given with the standard American doctor's visit now. It makes me angry when a client of ours will ask for a lab and want to know their data, and the doctor says, "Oh, we don't do that here."
Or why?
Why the heck not?
They would ask you, why do you want that?
Yeah.
They ask me, why do I want all
They
these?
shame you. They
Yeah.
shame you for like, oh, well, we are the ones. Look at the wall. We're the ones with the degree. Why would you want that? Well, those numbers tell us everything we need to know about your diet, about your lifestyle. They tell us they give us a snapshot of what your metabolic health is.
Yeah.
Doctors don't care about metabolic health. And they assume that you don't know what that means. They assume that big word, metabolic health, oh, they won't know what that is. So, it's just insanity. And we are here saying you don't have to do that.
Right.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to take your doctor's word. And another annoying statement made by the doctors is, oh, you're one of those who reads online. Oh, yeah, Sancy in the comments says that's what hers said. Why we don't do that? Those are unneeded tests. You know how they make the testing. You know how they draw their line in the doctor's office. If there is not, listen to this. If there is not a prescription for that test, it's not needed. What does that tell you?
Right. Oh my goodness.
That gives you all the answers that you need to know. If there's no prescription, good morning, Gary. It's good to see you this morning. It's really good to see you, Sancy. If there's not a prescription, the test is not needed.
Right.
My word. That's why we're sick.
Here's what it came to my mind we were having group last night. And by the way, if you need a group of people that support you and love on you, and our group is just amazing. I love it.
Amazing.
Anyway,
Amazing.
that was a side note. But what these doctors do is they do piece by piece, like your organs are separate from your body. Like, oh, you've got a liver issue, or oh, you've got a pancreatic issue, or you got a thyroid issue, when in fact, our whole body is one. They work
One.
together
Yes.
as one. So if one is not doing well, I'm guaranteeing that the other ones are not doing well either. So there's probably a root reason for that problem. And they like to piece it out why they just pinpoint your cholesterol, or why
Yeah.
they pinpoint like this or
Yeah.
pinpoint that. It all works together.
You're,
And that's why I love the fact that
yeah.
we look at the body as a whole, even to the point of our skin, because that's our biggest organ. That's what
Yes.
holds it together.
Exactly.
So,
Think of it like this, Coach. Your kiddos are in band, right?
yeah.
So the doctors, one of them,
Yeah.
I thought both of them were.
No.
One of them. One enough to know that when you hear him practicing, you know exactly what I'm going to say.
He doesn't
So
practice.
let's just pretend. Let's just pretend that we'll take a doctor's perspective on the orchestra, right?
Yeah.
And what the doctors do is they zone in on your child's practice room. What does he play? Does he play trumpet?
The clarinet.
The clarinet.
He's really
So
good
they
at
go into your son's room and they say, we're gonna fix this entire orchestra. We're gonna go in, we're gonna zone in, and we're gonna only listen to Colin.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the doctors do. They don't listen to the entire orchestra together to understand what the problem is. They look at one instrument.
Yeah. Well, it's even so when he is practicing. So it is a good point. Like when he's practicing, he has his own sheet music.
Yes.
His sheet music is the only things that he plays, and the song doesn't make sense.
Right.
It doesn't sound right until it comes together with all of the other instruments. And then you have the melody and the tune of this big orchestrated music.
Yes. And I don't care if you are just listening to a kindergarten band. You know, remember that first kindergarten band that you're like, oh my gosh, it's precious.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell what's wrong in the kindergarten band. When you put it all together, you create this beautiful music, and the same goes for our bodies.
Yeah.
The same goes. You have to have it all together. And do we have to come in and fix Colin's trumpet? Yes, we do. Yeah. The liver's important. We got to fix that. But when you put it together with the whole orchestra, that's where you do the diagnostics. That's where you see this beautiful, and our bodies are the same thing.
Now, with the player, so we'll make the clarinet say like the heart, okay?
Yeah.
So if he knows he has a little squeak, he knows that, okay, there's something that there is making this piece or this finger placement squeak. You can't hear that as the whole necessarily unless it's like a solo. Then you can hear it. But there's still a squeak. There's still something underlying that's like, okay, clearly somebody's not practicing as much as they should. But what happens is it kind of gets clouded by the whole body or the whole instruments. So it covers up that squeak, but that squeak's still there.
Right.
But that squeak, you're going to be able to tell that there's maybe something that needs to be fixed metabolically with your whole body when you don't feel right. When the song does not feel right, then you know that you've got an issue, and that you know that, okay, I've got to do something about my body, or the root reason of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you got the Philharmonic Orchestra. Yeah. And when you have a healthy body, and when you fix these things that we're going to talk about today, you got a body that works together. Are there exceptions? Of course. Anything that comes out of our mouth, there's somebody who can say, "Oh, what about this?"
What about genetics?
There's always exceptions, right? Yeah. There's genetics that is an exception. There's, but what we're studying is there's really only, and I cannot remember the number. It was in the book Metabolical. There is really only I'm going to say 5. That's the wrong number. But there's only 5 of those genetic factors or, of why somebody would have a disease that is actually an issue, right? Everything else, there's a reason why God put the appendix in our body, or, our appendix.
We don't know still.
We don't know, but there's a reason why he did it. He didn't just say, oh, well, here's an extra organ. There's a reason. And so when we
Speaking of, side note, not to cut you off, but even with you say with the appendix and they don't know what to do with it, they like, I remember our great uncle that was like, oh, you have an appendix, you need to get that taken out. So they taught them in that season of doctors, the old school doctors, that if it seems like it's not needed and it's constantly getting clogged and causing appendicitis, they're like, oh, just cut it out before it happens. Instead of fixing like
the root.
There has to be a reason why it's in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
And that is why we are so excited about the program that we have implemented.
Mm-hmm.
We've been a thriving practice for 7 years. I think it's been 8, but we're going to say 7.
Yeah.
When we first started, it's like the pastor who said, if you were in my first sermon that I ever gave, I am so sorry. Right? It's like that. Our program morphed from my specific journey, what worked for me. And as we have gone through and we sat with thousands of clients now, we have sat with them, we've listened, we have lived this with them. As we've gone through the years, we've realized that not one body is the same.
Right.
Not one single client that we have needs the same program. But we have been kind of held hostage to the word keto.
Mm-hmm.
Love keto.
Yeah.
Keto's wonderful. But we've been held hostage to this list of rules and this list of standards and been very frustrated when our clients maybe haven't been using it either correctly or misunderstood how it works, or maybe they need something different, right? We've been held hostage until now.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been practice changing. I don't really want to implement our old program. If somebody came to me and say, give me the keto diet, I'm hesitant now because I don't know if you need the keto diet. Do our keto principles still exist? Yes. It's the foundation of what we teach. But perhaps our client needs something else. We have not been able to tell that until now.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're seeing it live. I want to show you something, and I'm making sure that this client's name isn't on here, but I want to show you. It is not. So I think we're good. I want to show you something. When we see a picture like this, now I got to find my screen share. When we see a picture like this, oh, it's not going to let me do this. I want to show you if I can. Yes, it will allow me. Hold on a minute.
Holding. On hold. No worries.
Google Chrome. That's what I want to do.
You got time.
Yeah, we do. This is live, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Notify settings. Okay. Nope. It's not going to let me.
Oh. Why?
It's because it's in my Chrome window. Cancel. It's not going to let me. Unable to share the screen. Rats.
Huh.
I want to. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to try it one more time. I just don't want to end the live. That's what I don't want to do.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, guess what? If we end the live, we can just come back on.
We can. It's not wanting to let me share my Chrome entire screen. Open system settings. All right. I did that. Use password. We're going to try it one more time. I just don't want to end this live. I'm going to try it, and we'll be right back if it's not going to work. Actually, I think if you're on here,
yeah,
I think you'll hold the space.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to show you. Open system settings. Try it one more time. We're going to see if it works. Use password. I've done this before. If we would have done it before, it would have worked. Quit and reopen. Okay, we're going to try it.
Okay. Uh-oh. And she's gone. That didn't work. Here I am. Let me know if you still are on, Stancy, because you're on. And let me know if you see just me. Because it got real quiet. Are we still on? I feel like we are. I should just go look over here. While we are waiting for Coach Monica, if you haven't done this yet, please share. Oh, thanks.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It didn't work, but we're still here.
I disappeared for a minute, didn't I?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm just going to finish what I'm saying. Go ahead and share this out because this is a really important topic that we're talking about. And if you had questions about what the heck we're doing, this is a great session to hear out what we're doing and what our results have been, etc. But it's and there she goes again. So please share this out. Once we get this stuff going, where I think it's really important what she wants to share. So, there we go.
If it doesn't work, then we are going to just carry on.
Yeah, I think we can.
Oh, it worked. It worked. Okay. So now that I know I can share, let's set this up again. So what I want to show you is kind of a live coaching situation. And the client's name is on here, so I think we're good. But we'll give you a little bit of background of what we're seeing. So before, our previous program said, don't eat potatoes. But tomatoes are okay, right? Tomatoes are okay.
Well,
go ahead and eat tomatoes. No, it kind of did. I mean, it was kind of the gray area. I've never, ever told a client on keto, tomatoes are not good.
Right.
That's just in my personal coaching. But this client is struggling. What is the problem? Well, we're going to show you exactly what we see here.
Yeah.
Window. We want to share a window. And I'm going to show you the live data that we can now get. Okay. Yeah. So this client's coming to us. Can you see the stars?
Yes.
Okay. This client's coming to us, and you see my 129 things that are going on in my headspace right now, and on my list of tabs here.
Tabs.
Oh, it's crazy.
Tabs open.
Yes. But look at this. So we've got a client who is in range. You can see. I don't know if you can see my markers. Can you see me moving this?
Yep.
So this is perfect. This is beautiful. We've got a client with some insulin resistance. Okay. So we are gradually bringing these numbers down. So what we like to see in our clients is this right here. We love to see this. This is a nice steady line. Okay. This is client is, this is 3 a.m. This is when she's sleeping. Okay. This is what a normal insulin sensitive person kind of looks like. We've got some narrow ebbs and flows. We've got 6 a.m. She's probably starting to wake up right here because in the morning you need some cortisol to wake up. So we see this gentle spike. We see it coming back down. And then we get to supper. Now, this is a keto adapted client here. Mm-hmm. But we've got an issue right here because we have a long spike. We've got a long spike here. And this is like, okay, we got to zone into this and ask her some more questions. So what the client does is she shares with us what she's eating. We see about 6 o'clock here. She's had some chili. Okay. In a normal client who is sensitive, this should be an up and down spike, but we see this thing holding out here. So Darcy and I get on the phone and we're like, hey, take a look at this client with me. Why is this here? Because this is the problem. We've got a long spread out spike here. She's going all the way up to in the 250s, and her line here is about 140, where we want them to stay within that line. So Coach Darcy and I are like, hey, let's talk about this. Let's break down what she had. So we're going to go back to the client. We're going to say, hey, can you tell me what's in that chili?
Yeah.
All right. And this is a normal chili. We're assuming at this
point,
right?
There's no beans in that one.
No beans.
No beans. So it's a very keto friendly chili.
Yes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, okay, well then what else is the problem? And we're looking at this and looking at the tomatoes. Well, tomatoes kind of keto. That's my average client has keto chili.
I mean, I've done chili before, and I've been carnivore,
Yeah.
very, very strict.
Yeah.
And I would say the highest that my numbers would get with the chili, even I did have some with black beans, even with black beans, it may have been like 110.
Right. So this is abnormal for
Yeah.
chili. So what we're saying with this client is, okay, now we're not telling her don't eat chili.
Right.
We're not going to do that, right? But what we are going to say is, hey, let's do some testing. Normal coaching for us would be a minimum of a 4-week testing because we don't have the data. Yeah. We don't know what is that chili doing to this client. So what Darcy, you talk about what are we going to talk about with this client at your next session?
What we're going to do is we're going to compare the other times that she's had chili. Mm-hmm. We're going to go back to the other days that maybe it wasn't as high, but we're going to talk about let's break down the chili. Let's break down what is in this chili, and then let's not nix out chili, but let's cancel out because it could be the spices. Who knows? It could be the chili spice.
Right.
Maybe she's okay with tomatoes. Maybe it's actually those other things that are causing her.
Because there is sugar in chili powder.
Yeah.
Right.
So, some. Yeah. Some chili powder, and then you can have real basic.
I would say most chili powders have sugar in them. Dextrose, something like that. Or a binder, like maltodextrin.
Yeah. So if you have a very clean chili powder, then that would be what I would look at. Like, let's look at the nitty-gritty.
Right.
Excuse me, of that chili powder.
Yeah. So
because automatically, like you did, like we're pinpointing the main highlight of what's in that soup, and it was 2 cans of the chili or of tomatoes. So we're automatically thinking, oh, it's got to be the chili or the tomatoes. But it's not. So we're not going to tell her to, stop eating this. We're going to tell her, okay, when next time you make this, let's either lessen the amount of tomatoes or see what it is like by piecing your ground beef with the chili powder.
Yes.
It might be weird.
On a separate meal. Like, let's do an experiment on the chili powder.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a case where there's not enough fats in that either. So, because we know how important and vital fats are for our body and for our glucose. Yeah. So there's so many things that we're going to tear down until we find the culprit. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this specific client, and it
she'll do everything you say.
Oh yeah, she does. She does everything I say. Even when it came down to, I feel like you need to nix your bacon for a little bit, because that was a concern to me. Yeah, it's still doing the same thing, so I don't think it's the bacon. No. So I think it's something that her body is just naturally doing in the morning time. But now we're going to look at her dinner time with this spice. And it's a consistent thing that's been happening every single time she has this chili.
Our previous coaching would have been, no more chili for you.
Yeah.
That's not no. Because part of our coaching is, how do you live real life? Are you going to nix chili forever? No, you're not, right? No.
I was going to say the other thing that we need to make sure that we have her test is what is her ketones doing, because she is in a good state of ketosis. She can get in a deep state of ketosis. So we need to look at, okay, what does this chili do to your ketones?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it gives us the live data. So we no longer just say, no, that's not for you. Now, side note, it takes a very compliant client to do this.
Yes.
It takes a client who wants to know her body. It takes a client who's like, okay, coach, let's do the next test. So yeah, my steps would be, you could do 2 of these tests at once. Number 1, tomorrow morning for lunch tomorrow, I want you to do some ground beef, and I want you to put that same chili powder in the ground beef. Right there, we'll have an answer to the chili powder, right? But then also, okay, let's do, like Darcy said, let's nix the tomatoes. Still have your chili, but let's nix the tomatoes. Now, does that make the recipe different? Yes, but this client wants to know why her body just did that. What her body did there was not normal. That's not what we want to see. You can have the high spikes if you have, like, let's say that there's a chili cook-off or something and you have to live life, we're not nixing the chili. But what should happen is we should have an instant spike, and that spike should come down within 2 hours. It's when it doesn't come down that we know, okay, we've got to dig deeper. What we don't do as a client is we don't panic. When we see that, we get curious. I used the word cautious curiosity in our meeting, last night, because we want to know why. What's happening when we do that? And then we don't just do a test one time. Do you see why this is so life-changing for our practice? Because before, that same test that we're using now, the same experiments would have taken 4 weeks, minimum 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Now, it's an instantaneous test.
Yeah.
We can know that we know that we know. Does that mean our body? Now here, this cracks me up, because another test factor in that is what's your stress level while you're eating it?
Yeah.
What are you doing while you're eating it? Are you stressed? Are you, did you get some bad news? Are you watching the news? Those kinds of things. Also, if I sat with a bowl of chili right now and watched the news and the elections that are happening today, my spikes, because I internalize the news, I get mad. I'm like, what's going on in this world?
So when you're eating this chili, I think the other question to ask is, like you say, like, how's your stress level? What are you doing? But then how are you feeling? Like, after you have a glucose spike like that, do you feel like, if somebody is overeating and they have like that insulin, like the insulin starts to make them feel weird and gross. So how are they feeling? So when a client has a spike like that, they respond on there like, I felt fine. Like, there was nothing wrong with me. I didn't feel off. So that's another factor of like, okay, well, yes, your glucose was spiked. It has probably a little bit more sensitivity because she is her baseline keto and / carnivore, focuses on that. So we naturally know that, okay, somebody who's keto and carnivore may be a little bit more sensitive to those higher carbohydrated type of foods. So there's a lot to play in there.
That is why it is not a good thing to just put a CGM on, like the doctor gives you. They pass them out like candy now because they make money, right? We don't think that is very helpful. I mean, it's great to see those spikes, but what do you do with those spikes?
Right.
The doctors give zero guidance as to what to do, what to look for. They just hand you the CGM and you see these spikes. To me, that would stress me out.
Yeah.
To this client, she's not stressed out because she knows that we're going to break it down and we're going to coach her through it. And that's why it's so important to not only get that data, but to know what to do with that data when you get it.
Well, it's like, let's just say the doctor prescribed a CGM to her. She's going to see that spike working with that doctor, and she is going to flip out. She's like, oh, there's something wrong with me.
Yes.
And the matter of the fact, with having coaches being able to describe to you, okay, this is probably what's going to happen. This is what needs to be done. And then the next time that you have the chili, this is don't panic. This is not a panic zone. This is what it could be. So then we're going to help them through this. We're going to talk it out. We're going to know that, you may see a spike when you have chili.
Yeah.
You feel fine. Then, every now and again, if you want chili, then by golly, have that keto chili. But it's fine. But we're putting peace with the second time that happens. So she knows that, okay, I'm going to have chili. I'm probably going to spike. I'm not going to panic.
Yeah.
We're putting that peace within them.
And the other thing, too, is a lot of these things, when you come to us and you're insulin resistant, you're going to have a whole different set of coaches coaching you because your numbers are not going to be the standard numbers. Your ranges, we're going to set them differently than we would somebody who's been with us 2 years. I just lowered my ranges because I want to narrow mine down. So that when you come to us and you're insulin resistant, we're just cleaning you out. So you are going on a hard detox when you come to us. We're going to start to get that scale to move quickly. We're going to do that based on the ketogenic diet. We're going to do that based on the carnivore diet, whichever one you choose. We're going to do that on the front side because it takes 18 months to heal insulin resistance. So Darcy and I are just now to the point where we are able to incorporate those foods again, and they don't have the spikes. They don't have the long, the long drawn out spikes. We're able to put those things back. So that's the freeing thing about this. Can you do that on the front side of the program? No, you can't, because you got a lot of healing to do. Yeah. That orchestra, that conductor for the orchestra is working on your individual practice sessions. He's working on making sure you can play that trumpet in your room the same way you do, with the band, with the orchestra.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that have to be done on the front side of things that look a little bit more restrictive. However, you've got the coaches in front of you who are living a completely, now, will I ever put sugar in my body again? Never. Sugar is poison. There are things that are unchanging in your lifestyle. Sugar has destroyed this country, right? We're not ever going to put the ultra processed foods. You will never see this coach opening another Little Debbie's again because it's poison, right? So there's things that do not change, but there are things that do change and things that open up to you, and you can see what particular foods do to your body. It's life-changing. It's absolutely life-changing.
Monica, what would you say your biggest thing on the CGM for you in the past few months that you've had it on? What do you think has been life-changing for you personally?
Control. I am now in control over my body. My body does not control me anymore. And in fact, I was going to tell you before the show today, we did 2 tests. So we did a test with Lingo, and we did a test with Dexcom and Stello. And they were completely different tests, and it was really cool to see. Now, we have chosen Stello because we need access. I need to be able to see that graph for our client. I really can't do my job as a coach without seeing that and being able to break it down with them each session. And so we've chosen Stello. They're different companies. They have different, there's goods and bads to both of them. And there's no perfect, because it's a machine, right. It's fallible. But the thing that I have learned is I'm coming up to the end of my testing on both companies. I've done a month of Lingo, a month of Stello. I'm going to reorder because I like the control I feel. Am I going to wear it for a lifetime? Do we want our clients to wear it for a lifetime? No. I just have found this sense of security of knowing and watching my body heal, even in the recovery state, even in the maintenance state. So I'm going to order another month because I am still learning things. So a lot of people say, well, I'm just going to go test all of these foods and I'm going to do it while I have the CGM. And it is such a long process. I personally am going to choose to do it again because I like to know, and my husband doesn't know this, I'm slapping one on him because I want to know, I want to get his A1C down. The other cool thing is we can see your A1C through this tool. We are able to see your average glucose. We're able to see, and some of our clients have a really high average glucose number. We want to get that down. And if I see a client who bumps theirs down by one number every week or every month that we coach them, we've done our job.
Yeah.
Your body's healing. The sign that your average glucose is coming down, bumping it down one number at a time. It's like watching molasses, pour out of it. It's slow, but every number we see bump down, you're healing your insulin resistance. You're healing your body. And so it is a life-changing program. I was very surprised when I was driving home from the governor's meeting last week and I was hopping on our call that night. It wasn't you and I who were directing the conversation. Client after client after client said, this is changing my life. Now, the other thing we know as coaches is we know that you can trick the system. And that is another angle of our coaching that we bring in that is not handed to you by a doctor. It's the emotional eating addiction. It is the sugar addiction. It is those things that you can trick the system, like Darcy was saying about adding fats. That's not necessarily helping you lose weight. It's helping get your sugar numbers down, and it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it also can inhibit, if you're tricking the system, it can inhibit your weight loss. And so we put that kind of coaching. Body, mind, and spirit are all connected.
Yeah.
And when one is sick, they share each other's diseases.
Yeah, so like a client that comes to you that may be tricking the system or whatever, they're not losing weight, but they have a flat line. It looks good, but they're not losing weight. And I've seen this already. Like
too.
When there's the flat line, great. I love that you've got your glucose numbers under control. If you're not losing weight, then I think that's where the tracking comes in. And I have been seeing other influencers that have been so anti-tracking. Oh, you don't need to track. You don't need to track. You don't need to track.
Right.
Well, now all of a sudden they're seeing that actually I do need to track, because if I have a goal set in mind for my body, my whole metabolic health, I need to control the amount of calories that are going into my body.
Yes.
So they're starting to track. And I think it's a really important thing that these doctors do not think that they are caring to tell people when they put them on these things, is that, yeah, you are going to see what these beans and rice do to your blood, or these tortilla chips are going to do to your blood glucose. And yeah, if it goes up and then it comes down, or there's only so many spikes in your day, you're doing great. No, that's not it. Like anybody can have a flat line and still not be healing their body metabolically, because they don't have that goal set in mind.
Yes.
And like
we see that. Yeah. We see that on the front side. Say a client comes to us and has a lot of weight to lose. When we put them on this program, they're going to lose, even if they only looked at that flat line, they're going to lose weight, because we are changing the composition. We're changing them from burning sugar and carbs to burning their own body fat for fuel. So those clients tend to, and I can use only the CGM on the front side of somebody's journey typically. And I never give macros until at least maybe the second month. Because if I see that scale falling and I see those numbers doing the right things, I'm not changing anything.
Right.
There will come a time when you do have to track. And so we want to teach them that art, because it is an art of tracking. I don't want to overwhelm them at first. So I have them tracking what they're eating on their CGM only. And then as that scale stalls, that's when we bring in the macros, because it does matter. It matters when you eat, and it matters what you eat, and it matters how much you eat.
Yeah. There's just so much. For me, I wish I would have been able to come into my journey with a CGM, taking a break, and then come down to my maintenance area to see, okay, these are my goals that I have set in mind. I'm going to have so much more knowledge because I saw what my body did beforehand, but now I'm able to see how my body has become insulin sensitive. And be able to tolerate whole foods of all sorts versus just these low carbohydrate type of foods. And knowing, okay, I can't have these all the time. Even if I am insulin sensitive, I can't be eating a potato every night. I can't be doing that. But I have a peace in mind being in a maintenance area where you and I are, is I told you before, it's like all of my hard work has paid off, and I get to see that. I'm not panicking when my glucose spikes, but in fact, when I see it jump back down, that is like, oh, look at what I've done for myself. Look at all the hard work that I've put into this to get my body to be insulin sensitive again. And that's usually the root reason of needing this glucose monitor, is to see insulin resistance visibly. Like you can the thing that comes to mind is when we tell people, do not eat those low carb tortillas.
Oh my gosh.
They're not good for you. They say low carb. Don't eat them. And they have to be able to physically see when they eat that tortilla that, oh, my coach was right. This is why I shouldn't be eating these. So that is to me puts myself at peace. It gives me like I want to pat myself on the back for all the hard work that I've done. But even when let's talk about like when we go to the gym, when we wake up, when we have hard night's sleep, when we just randomly test our glucose and it looks like, it's either high or it's typically on the lower before you are eating your food, it's not giving you that accuracy of what your body's doing all day long.
Yes.
So
Yes.
being able to see it all day long, being able to know that, yeah, my body is going to actually, the glucose is naturally going to spike during potentially a hardcore workout.
Yeah.
When you're overheated.
Yep.
We're learning that.
Yep.
Like that was a pretty eye opener for a lot of us, is when we're overheated.
Yes.
Our glucose is naturally, but guess what? Our body knows what to do. It knows why it's giving us that extra glucose. And it knows that it needs that extra glucose during a time when you are doing some strength training.
Yeah.
Or if that's, I think when you're working out and you're seeing that you go for a walk after you eat, that's vital too. You see those responses to a relaxing walk.
Yeah.
After your body is fed, it's your body the glucose. So
let me show you my chart here. I want to show you my average day, and I want to show you what happens when I have a low carb tortilla.
Did you have one?
I did.
Oh.
I did. Yes. And knowing that I am insulin sensitive, so my insulin resistance is healed. This is like a scale. This is like a bare scale of, this is me. This is what, share.
We're not going to lose you, are you?
Nope.
Okay.
This is my normal day.
It's tiny.
This is what my normal day looks like. This was
tiny.
This is what we want to see in an insulin sensitive person. This is somebody who has healed their insulin resistance. We go down here to, let's see, this one right here. This was.
You can't see it.
You can't see it?
No, you're tiny.
I'm tiny?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you're tiny for just me, but I think you're just
tiny. Know.
Let me go over here on Facebook.
So this is what a normal day looks like, right? 100s. This is a steady line. This is a beautiful line. Over here, this is what happens when I had a low carb tortilla. It instantly, now because I am insulin sensitive, it came down very quickly. But when you're insulin resistant, this is going to stay up. It's going to be a lot higher. And this is going to stay up. And you see, this is what a keto labeled food looks like. Can you see that, Darcy?
No, I'm trying to tell you, it's tiny. We can't see it.
I don't know why. Let me try sharing it a different way. I want to share. Oh, I want to share my entire screen.
Everything.
That way. Try it this way.
Nope.
Nope. That's not the one I want to do. I don't know. Maybe replace screen sharing to window. I want to share this window.
You're like the little box that you're like tiny underneath me.
Okay. Well, what you're imagining seeing here is a normal steady line under the ranges, 100% in range, and then we go over here, and at 358 we had a low carb tortilla, and we see the yellow spike. Okay, so when it says keto, run.
It went over the yellow line. It went over the 140.
So that showed me right there exactly what keto foods do, and that's why they are such.
Oh, Sansy's right. It's because you put the code up.
Oh, let me take the code up. Let me take that up. Sansy, okay. You're hired, Sansy.
Yeah, you come work for us.
We'll show you.
Try it again.
And we'll see if this works.
Ah, there we go.
All right, so this is my line right here. Normal, everyday, average. This was yesterday, Tuesday. Normal. We go over here and we have a low carb tortilla, instant spike, and that was from the wheat. When it has wheat, we do not eat. Right, here's another one. Went up to 160. Again, my numbers don't go that high ever, but I was out of range because of the low carb tortilla.
Yeah.
So those things matter. It's incredible. And again, it's instant data we get on our clients. So when I go to sit with a client, I've got one at 1:00 today. I'm going to open her Dexcom Clarity, and I'm going to look at her entire week. The first thing, actually, I'm going to share my screen again. The first thing I look at when I have a client is I go over to her overview. I'm going to look at her average glucose for the week. I'm going to look at her GMI, which is her A1C. That's just a snapshot. It's not like the blood test, but it just kind of gives me, kind of just where are you in your A1C? I'm going to look at that average glucose. If it's over 100, we're going to chat about that. We're going to talk about how to bring that down. This is what we want to gently bump down every single week with a client. All right. And then I'm going to look at her time and percentage in range. I want every client that I have to be 97 to 100% in range. That means a look like, let's look at the patterns. Well, right here, 100% in range. I want to see that with our clients. Okay. Are they in range? And if they're not, then we get to go to the daily looks for that client. Okay. Let's look at Tuesday. What did you do Tuesday? Right? What did you do? Now, every morning you get up, it's going to be higher. And this improves with time as well. So your dawn effect is going to be less and less and less, right? Every day. So there is a strategy to our coaching. But the cool thing is we don't have to wait 4 weeks to change it. We can change it instantly.
Yeah.
And clients are excited about it. They're like, I want that. It's like having a 24/7 coach on your arm.
Yeah. I think the other thing I've noticed is, for me personally, I notice how many times if I'd have a snack, or if I'd be like in between a meal, or it motivated me to lessen how many times I have a meal.
Yes.
And it shows you how many times you have a meal. If visibly, I just had a handful of nuts. Well, that handful of nuts, that for your glucose. Every time that you are spiking your weight, and so in the presence of insulin, you don't lose weight. So if you're in the weight loss mode, and you're eating every hour, or every, an hour after you've had a meal, or whatever, you are causing your body to not be able to take a break and work together and be able to go into each organ and be able to let the organ do what it's supposed to do. I think of it in a smaller picture, like the orchestra, like you're saying, like you're able to then let that instrument practice, let that instrument improve its work and its job in that piece. So then when it goes back to playing again, it's not going to struggle in the one department where, oh yeah, that person clearly didn't practice enough and we're still.
Yes.
So allowing the pancreas, your liver, all the things that are in charge of cleanup and filtering, you're allowing your body to be able to do that, and which helps that weight loss so much better than thinking like when those doctors tell you, oh, you need to have about 6 meals, or you need to eat every hour, something small you need to eat. No, you don't. That's not going to help your weight loss journey.
No. I had a client a couple weeks ago. We tweaked one thing. She kept waking up and her glucose was so high, and we couldn't get those average numbers to go down. I said, and I looked at her lines, and she was having a midnight snack every night. I don't know. It was just simply, it was keto foods. She was eating on track.
And it's a common thing.
Yeah, she was having a midnight snack. So her body was automatically spiked all night long, and then that's why her numbers were high every day. The minute she cut out that midnight snack, she brought her average glucose down. That was the answer to her. And the cool thing was, I am guiding the conversations in these coaching sessions. That's my job, is to guide. She took her job, which is to implement and to put her detective hat on. She saw it live, and so she's going to repeat that good habit.
Yeah.
She's going to repeat it.
Yeah.
And so it's literally a coaching relationship that we have built, where she is directing her own body because now she can see it.
Yeah, that's what we have thrived for years of teaching our clients to fish for themselves. And now they are able to do that.
Yeah. Before it was me telling her, well, Monica doesn't know everything, so maybe the coach doesn't know everything. And now she's like, oh, my body agrees.
Yeah.
Let's do this. And so there's more of an encouragement to stay on plan. Whereas before they were pricking their finger once a day. That's
Yeah.
a simple snapshot. For that first client we showed, if she would prick her finger at that time, she would be discouraged because that's the only number she'd see that day. So she'd be like, I'm a failure. My glucose is 250. I'm a failure. I might as well quit. And that's when the cheating happens.
Yeah.
Whereas now she gets to see the long term and the big picture versus just that snapshot in one day.
Yeah.
It's literally life changing and practice changing for us. And so now what we recommend here is, and I'm going to slap this back up here. What we recommend is don't sign up for a program because we don't know which one you need. So we encourage you to book with Coach Darcy, to book with myself, to get a free health consult before you do it, because we can plug you into the right session.
Mm-hmm.
If you struggle with food addiction, I'm going to tell you that medium program is not for you because we only get to see you 3 times in 8 weeks. We need to see you once a week. If you are a long-term keto person and you are on and you're literally doing the things, we're not talking about the internet keto, but if you're doing the right things and you've been in this, let's say you've lost 100 pounds and you just need some coaching, you just need to know how to use this new tool, that program, the middle program, is for you. Absolutely. Do the 8-week program, see us 3 times, 4 times, see us 4 times, and you're good to go. You're on your way. But if you literally are like, I am brand new at this, don't sign up for that program. You need to invest. People don't think twice about putting $1,500 in a shot for a month's worth. They don't think twice because they think the shot's going to do the work for them. But when it gets into the coaching and the nitty gritty, they're like, oh my gosh, the program's so expensive. I can't do that because it takes your work. Now, the other thing is this program, no matter how you have chosen to lose the weight, this program is for you. We can work with GLP-1 clients on this program for the first time in our practice.
Mm-hmm.
We can teach you how to live without the shot while you're on the shot. Please don't quit the shot before you join us, because if you quit the shot before you join us and you get into this program, you're going to gain weight because we have to reverse your diet. We have to coach you through how much you're eating. We've got to see your spikes. We've got to see all of the data before you get off of that shot. And we're not going to tell you to get off the shot next month. 4 months it takes to get off the shot so you don't gain weight back. I had a client of mine, and she's no longer a client. And it was like at the beginning. And I'm heartbroken. And I had a message from somebody who had chosen the shot. And she's like, I was embarrassed to tell you. I was on the shot. But I decided that it wasn't serving me well. And she's like, I am experiencing the serious side effects of the shot. She was to that point where we're talking a lump in her thyroid. We're talking some pretty serious stuff. It scared the living daylights out of her. And so, of course, what do you do when you're scared? You stop. You're like, I got to stop this right now. And it wasn't 6 weeks in, and she had gained 50 pounds. I mean, it comes back fast.
Yeah.
And so my heart breaks because I need you on the shot when you join, because we titrate that down. We do not stop cold turkey. We up your calories. I think you know my GLP-1 story, where I built my GLP-1 program. There's a scientific way we get you off the shot. And I couldn't eat over 800 calories. That's why they're gaining the weight back, because they couldn't eat before. They had lost that food noise. Suddenly the shot's not there. The food noise is raging back, and they're eating what they think is normal. And actually it is normal. They're eating 1,200 calories and gaining weight because their metabolism has crashed. So there's a scientific way to get off of it. So no matter what journey that you have chosen so far, there's no judgment on our part. The judgment on my part is a passion that doesn't want you to gain the weight back. Right. And so I don't care how you got it off. We're not gaining the weight back. And that's my passion, because you're living it every day with me, Darce. It's hard to maintain your weight. It is hard. After having it all off, after living clean for 7, 8 years now, it's hard to keep it off. I wrestle. I get on that scale. I use a scale as a coach, and I have a 5-pound window. And if I get up to that 5-pound mark, my heart starts beating fast. I'm panicked. Like, keeping it off is not easy.
Well, I think it comes down to the fact of the matter is that because we've gone through a lot, we've gained weight. We gained weight for a reason.
Yep.
And the fact of the matter is that we have trust issues. We have trust issues with people. We have trust issues with our doctors. We have trust issues with programs, because that we've either been through so many of them where it worked for a minute and then it just stopped, or we saw success in somebody else and we're like, well, why didn't it work for me? I did exactly what they did. But this CGM is the window to your trust, because you're putting the food in your body. You're seeing what it's doing. You're able to see it in that moment, especially comparing it to what's going on in your life. If you're going through stress of any sort,
right,
grievances, or just whatever it is, like, because our bodies are so different, why in the world would somebody come to us and then all of a sudden put their whole trust in somebody saying, well, this is what you did, but then they're hearing it from somebody else saying, oh, that doesn't work, that's wrong. Of course you're going to have trust issues.
Right.
Yeah, that has been opening a window for me of knowing, okay, well, this might be able to work for somebody else,
right,
but this clearly doesn't work for me. This skinny person that has never gained weight in their life wearing the CGM could be even worse off in the glucose reading area. You don't know. So now we do know, because we have like this ability to open this trust window, and they can see, oh yeah, actually these coaches weren't lying. They weren't misguiding me. They did have a true heart, but I wasn't willing to see it because I couldn't see it myself.
Well, it is going back to the orchestra. That seems to be the theme of today. It would be like, listening to some of these, pre-made diet plans. It would be like the conductor of the orchestra coming to Colin and saying, I need you to play the xylophone today. When he's practiced, he knows the trumpet. He knows, what does he play? He doesn't play
clarinet.
He knows.
That's what your daughter.
He knows that, right? And it'd be like the conductor saying, oh, you know what? For this concert, I want you to go play the xylophone. He doesn't know that, right? His body knows how to play the clarinet. And he needs to get to know that. Now, can you learn another one? Absolutely. And that's kind of like what we're doing now with changing. It's very scary changing a program when you've been successful. We have watched thousands of clients lose tens of thousands of pounds. I mean, we're up there now. We've got the data to prove it. But it's like, okay, we can see deeper into what people need. And so we're going to learn this. We're going to learn this program. That's why we launched our founder's sale. I didn't want to price this program not knowing what this program was going to bring to us. So and it's still out there. We've got one more week of that where you can grab that lower cost. For our elite program, we're offering $200 off of it. So don't go in to subscribe to it without getting that $200 coupon. That's why we did that, because we're learning and we are tweaking, and our clients have been doing amazing, but they found a typo in my lesson plan, right? So they're helping us filter through some of those things, but we don't just go change instruments and not know how to do it, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's amazing stuff, folks. We are so excited. If you can't tell in our faces, and the things that we're talking about, if you can't tell, we're excited. We're super excited. We think that this is going to be an incredible opportunity for people who have just been frustrated. It's personalized. So
absolutely.
It's good to see everybody. We're here every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. We're actually on time today. even through the little technical stuff. But I wanted to just see the live data. It was just awesome. We are science nerd geeks, and so when we see that on our clients, we're like, yes, we're excited. But yeah, any last thoughts that you have?
Last thoughts, I would just, get on this program. Like this sounds remotely interesting, and if you're just curious, I always encourage my clients to ask questions, and cautiously curiosity. That whole phrase that you mentioned is so important, and not taking the no for an answer, or even like going to doctor and then feeling discouraged when you feel like you've worked really hard at what you've been doing in this life change, to where the point, or like, well, what's the point if he's not going to encourage, she's not going to encourage me for all the hard work that I've been doing. Utilizing the CGM monitor is one way of being proud of yourself and saying, okay, this is what I've done. This is what I have worked so hard for. And I feel like that freedom that we talk about all the time, the freedom of allowing your body to heal itself and to work the way it should, with patience, because it's good.
Yeah, you do have to be patient. Yeah. We did not get this way overnight.
Right.
We've had years of abusing our bodies, and you have to take time to heal. You have to take time to heal. But the return of the investment is that you get to live longer. What if you could add years to your life? Who would benefit? It's your kids and grandkids and your spouse. You don't have to bury them early. You don't have to bury yourself early. They get to keep you. And so that's why I did it. I wanted to be around. And that was before I had grandkids. Now I'm doubled down. Like, I wanted to live for my kids, but I really want to live for my grandkids. So we're excited you joined us today. Again, Tuesday mornings, 11. Go check out our podcast, Beyond the Scale, Weight Loss and Wellness. Coach Darcy does. Sometimes it's just Coach Darcy. Sometimes it's both of us. It depends on the internet situation. But yeah, we love having you here every week. And give us the questions. Shoot it to us. We're not afraid of any question. Shoot us a text. Shoot us an email. Go to our website, kmhealthcoaching.org. You'll find all of the programs there. You'll find Coach Darcy's website. You'll find my website. And definitely grab a hold of a free health consult with us, and we'll walk you through what your specific needs are. All right, Coach, we will see you next Tuesday morning. All right. Take care.